you son of a bitch. Cause Ponge Drunk loves you.
Yeah. Fight week. Third man, fun through a fight week. Las Vegas, PBC, TGP, let's go. Come on. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, indeed. Let me tell you what I need. Don't need fame. No beef, no 50, no game. I am the light. I keep it tight. With all my might. You know how I'm doing.
Let's go. Smash that light, baby. Smash that light.
No music.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to
You already know this is Ponge Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Shot himself, a.k.a. El Abobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at this side of heaven. God bless you all. God bless you all. You already know it's Fight Week, Las Vegas, Nevada, PBC, TGP, Amazon Prime. The return of one time. Keith One Time Thurman. Going to turn back the clock, the hands of time. One time. Is it going to be one last time? Is it going to be all the time? You know what I'm saying? Keith One Time Thurman is going to be facing Sebastian Fundora, the WBC junior middleweight champion. This is going to be a great event. Shout out again, PBC, TGB, Amazon Prime, boxing, full in effect. Yo, man, a lot of news. What's good? Smash that like button. Let's go. Randy con la bandera de República Dominicana. Randy. Tócate la música de Randy. Let's go. It's the beginning of the week. Let already know, man. DJ Camelo, I don't fucking music. Págame la música. Shit, we gonna be having la fruta over here, man. Let's bring la fruta. Yo, man, what's good, man? I'm happy. Y'all already know if y'all been following the channel for a while. Y'all know, man. Keith One Time Thurman, my guy. I told y'all the other day. Well, what was it? Yesterday. Y'all know if it wasn't for Keith One Time Thurman, we don't know if there's a Punch Run Boxing. You know what I'm saying? I came on the scene trying to debate people. Everybody was talking about, yo, Keith is ducking Earl Spence. He don't want to what? Man, my man was chasing Floyd Mayweather, bruh. He beat Diego Chavez for the WBA. Talking about the WBA. That's the fight. That's the belt that Kid Austin gonna be fighting for. Already in position. Y'all already know he was in position for a mandatory versus Gervonta Tank Davis, but Gervonta Tank Davis got stripped for his WBA strap. You know what I'm saying? Off the ring situations and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Gervonta Tank Davis get his thing back together, because I think that, you know, him in boxing is good. It's good for the sport. It is good for the sport. Any matchup. You know what I'm saying? The 154-pound division is the stacked division in the sport of boxing, like I've been saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. If you're not happy, you're not a real boxing fan. Because we already had the likes of Josh Kelly doing his thing versus Brock Graham, that was supposed to be the boogeyman, did his thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And now we got we were supposed to, the negotiation was supposed to be Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. That's a fight that the fans want to see. But at the same time, there's the 154-pound division. It's stacked. So if it's stacked, I like any good matchup from the number 1 for the number 10. You know what I'm saying? Any good matchup. Virgil, give me Virgil Earl Spence in Dallas, Texas, 60,000 plus. You know what I'm saying? Give me Boots versus Josh Kelly. I mean, Josh Kelly signed for the fight already. I mean, give me Boots versus Anders Eyes of Puerto Rican Pride. You feel me? 23 years old, unified champion. This fight. Jamel Charlo said he gonna go back to his kingdom. Jamel Charlo versus Boots. Remember, they was going at it. Jamel Charlo versus Virgil Ortiz. I mean, there's a lot of fights to be made, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of fights to be made at 154. There's fights to be made at 135. Young Gunner. We seen Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis going back and forth, but I don't even know why Keyshawn Davis going back and forth for Abdullah Mason. If we all know that Abdullah Mason is gonna stay in at 135. He is the WBO champion. But there has been a fight that been talked about, and that's been Kid Austin versus Abdullah Mason. When Kid Austin was calling out the Keyshawns and the Shakurs, you know what I'm saying? Shakur and Keyshawn try to throw Abdullah Mason at Kid, but guess what? They in position for a good unification bout once Kid Austin get that WBA strap, in which I believe he is going to get that WBA strap. I think it's written. I think it's inevitable. Yeah, shit. I think it's inevitable. Ain't fighting 2 years. Last fight was against, man, that was a great performance. First round KO versus Tevin Farmer, who was given, the work to William Cepeda. But, there's never people happy like that. He fought 2 years ago. He only got. There's always little baby cries in boxing. There's always the baby cry fans. They nah, but yeah, I don't want to see a fight. He didn't beat nobody. Yeah. Get out of here, man. He knocked out an ex-world champion, a defensive ex-world champion in the first round, shutting up everybody. Stop it. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to be a fan of boxing right now because everything is lit. We lit. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come.
What's up, Punch?
Oh, yes, it will. What's good?
Man.
It's been too hard to live it. What's good? Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield Sr. in the building. What's good, man?
What's up, brother? We miss you, man.
Miss you too, man.
From us, you got to come back home, brother. You gotta come back home.
Yes,
we the
sir.
originators. We the ones who started this damn thing online.
Yes, sir. Back in the days, going back and forth with the Haneys.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was 5-6 years ago. Kid was what, 17?
Look at them.
Kid was 17. First. Now you was leading. No, you had your only one fight in the pros.
Yep. It was the beginning. You put us on. Bill Haney started acting crazy. Ever since then, we took off and been going like a rocket ever since.
Yo, full circle, cause y'all going back and forth with the Haneys again. Like that's coming like full circle. It took like a good
for us again. They started that shit again. Like they love me. I think that's what it is. They love us.
Hey, and you came in the ranks, so everybody know you up in the ranks. You number one in the WBA in the lightweight division. You know what I'm saying? It could have been Kid Austin, the mandatory to Gervonta Tank Davis, but we all know that he has some legal issues, and hopefully he get that thing sorted out, because I think the Gervonta Tank Davis in boxing will be a great matchup for anybody, including Kid.
Gervonta said he coming back into boxing. They dropped that. So now we seen what steps we got to take to make him the mandatory opponent for Tank. If Tank coming back to fight and he's still a champion, then come on, Kid's supposed to be his mandatory opponent fighting. Or this one, that one, and then the WBA don't know what to do with the belt. Nah, this is crazy. But okay,
how about if y'all get the title first, and because he's in champion of recess, right?
no.
Or they just stripped him completely.
No, we don't know. That's why I'm saying it's all in limbo. Like, yo, it's weird.
Because online it says vacant online.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He gonna have to tell you behind the scenes.
Right. that one is exclusive that I got to tell you behind.
So they're gonna play that. Well, there was no fights in between, so just give him back the belt type of stuff.
I know that we're going to take whatever steps we need to take with petitions and any legal thing we got to take to make sure we the mandatory opponent for Tank Davis. We've been number one for 2 years, holding 2 WBA belts already. It'd be crazy for us to fight for an interim belt or something like that. It makes no sense. Like, yo, what are we playing for?
You could also push them. Remember, what was it, several years ago, where the WBA said that they letting go of the gold belt, the interim belt, the regular, all of that. Because,
you know, how you feel about that? Because they told him he was fighting for a world title, and then Lucas Body got scared. This brother, go ahead, you talk about that.
No Lucas Body and Kid, 2 undefeated fighters.
I ain't gonna comment on him. I'm a little bit upset, but at the end of the day, everything keeps going. So, I mean,
allegedly, Lucas said he needed more time before he fight Kid, but he was online to about show up, be ready, all this stuff. But oh no, I need more time before I get in the ring with him.
Damn.
So these champions and these wannabe champions be scared, man. They scared to death. All of them running.
Man, the threat. Now ain't no more just the sparring stories. It's just the actual pro game. 8-ounce glove, no headgear. They running. They know. That's it. They know. There's a threat.
Yeah.
It's a threat. That first round KO. You at least you could, you know what I'm saying, give him a little 3-round, 4-round. you took out 7 Foreman in the first round. That was giving he gave a whole lot of problems to Zepeda.
Say that again.
So I got plenty more fighters I want to do that to.
Shit, man, they said they don't pay for no overtime. Who the fighter you want to do that to? Because you know this division right now. Especially right now, you know, Abdullah Mason is a WBO champion. They're always gonna be linking y'all up. Y'all young, so of course, what could be if it's not Lucas Body in the rankings? Who could y'all fight? You know what I'm saying, to get the title or to stay in position for the mandatory.
At this point, we don't care about the title no more because there's so much politics with each belt thing.
Crazy.
It ain't like it was before where you could become undisputed. It's this one is down with this company, promotion company, that one down with that promotion company. This one got you ranked number 1. This one got you ranked number 17. This one got you ranked number 40. So I understand why Zuffa doing what they doing. Everybody is everywhere. It don't make any sense. You can't come to one unified top 10. You know, can't mandate. To me, if the WBA or WBO or IBF or anybody cannot mandate a fight for a champion that make it to one within a year, the guy make it to number 1, he should have a championship fight within a year. Come on, what did he make it to number 1 for?
True.
So it just don't make any sense how this game is being played. So
and then y'all still pay that sanctioning fee as being ranked in the number 1 and all that stuff, right?
So I kind of feel the Crawford way in a sense, because these are trophies. You're paying for a trophy, and you know, and it's just crazy. You could fight and make the same amount of money whether you got that trophy or not if you got a good name, if you have a big name. Like Ryan Garcia making so much and just won a belt. He was making millions before he even got to a belt. So I think we to that point, like, yo, because otherwise it's too many games. If you're trying to get a Mason in the ring, we done offered Mason 2 fights already. We'd accepted his fight. When they offered us the fight, we accepted it. They didn't take the fight. So people were like, oh, he ducked Mason. That's a lie. Mason ducked him. I spoke to Jay Prince myself and accepted the fight. And Jay Prince said, you know, you won't bring home $1 million, you bring home $750,000. I said, cool, that'll work. Yeah. And they didn't take the fight. Then we offered them to fight again. So they're not going to get in the ring. Shakur called and asked the 140 to saying he coming back down. It's like so many games with these champions.
as much as we know that the politics in terms of belt ranking, putting their fighters in position, promoters and stuff like that, do you blame the fighter? Like do you blame Abdullah because you know that he's top ranked? They're gonna move him in position to be a world champion. So do you blame the like? Y'all saying F the belts right now. Y'all don't like the politics, and I think that other fighters feel the same way. So when y'all don't get the fight that y'all call for, do y'all blame the fighter or the representative or the other promoters?
First, I'm not saying F the belts completely. When I'm saying that the belts can't do what they designated to do, then what's the purpose of competing for?
Yeah.
You make it the number one, and you got to sit there 3 years before, and the champion could bring people up from 130 and fight them and go up here. It's like, yo, so what's the purpose of making it to number one? You know, that don't make any sense. So it's like an illusion, like a smoke screen. And I'm, you know, my big mouth, I'm going to bring it to the boxing community so other fighters could see this shit and know it before they get to it. So that they don't have their hopes up thinking, you know, like we did. And then you get in, you be like, this shit ain't nothing like I was told or thought it is.
Yeah. I think the belts matter. It's becoming a point where the belts matter to those that names that people don't know, a brand that people don't know. But y'all have a brand. People know who Kid Austin is. You know what I'm saying? Your name is linked to a lot of these fighters. And I even said it before. I said once you have a brand, you know, it's unfortunate because I do want you to be a world champion. I want fighters to be a world champion. But if you have a brand and paying sanctioning fees and then depending on the division, it's like hustling backwards. It's like hustling backwards. But you as a fighter, though, what it means to you to be a world champion, or do you feel like, you know, man, this is getting watered down to the point I don't care about being a world champion?
Honestly, I say the day when they told me that, I kind of like got in the mood. It was like, I hate to say, I never wanted to get to this point, but if I'm being honest, it was like, man, I don't even care about being a world champion at this point. I've been working, you know, ever since that Jojo Diaz incident. After my hand healed up, I've been in camp ever since. And of course, we found out that Tank got stripped or was made champion recess like early January. So since early January, early December, I've been working, thinking, you know, my next fight, Lucas Body, world title, possibly an interim, but that they told us a world title because he wasn't the champion anymore. Just for them to tell us that we're gonna be fighting, you know, practically a tune-up for my next fight. Like, so you mean to tell me I've been working this hard?
He's not a tune-up.
Well, I'm not saying
the nigga got 30 now, got 34, 30. The guy
no, you can't tell him. You cannot tell him.
I can't make the official announcement, but he's not a tune-up.
No, for me, he's a tune-up. I'm not gonna lie.
For you, that's how
I've been in camp so long. He's a tune-up for me.
But
I mean, don't let that discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a process. You know, if you think about all the greats, just think about all the greats, because you guys are historians to boxing as well. You know, Pops, no, he's an historian. If you look at all the greats, they've gone through this frustration. The Ali's, the Floyd Mayweather, the Oscars, they all gone through this frustration. So I think it's almost like trust the process. You're young enough. You know what I'm saying? It is the business of boxing. It could go one day, y'all about to fight, the biggest fight, then the next day, y'all not fighting, or somebody gets injured, or you know what I'm saying? So I think that you're young enough. That's I mean, is a blessing that you're not like 36 years old, and any fight that falls off, you're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like if Keith Thurman gonna be fighting this weekend, and the fight with Fundura falls off, he's like, man, I'm 37 years old. It's either now or that's it, or I'm done. You know, so
we really petitioning the WBA to mandate that fight.
You're gonna file a grievance?
We're gonna get this over with. Either Tank fight, get in the ring, or he go wherever, get stripped. Like, come on, we ain't gonna call it out. Everybody think, oh, they bluffing or this. Nah, we want the fight. We want the Tank fight. He's the champion, whether he's in recess and limbo or this. We want the next fighter. Either the belt gotta go. Come on, we can't wait for Lucas Body to need more time. Go to the next person that's fight for the title.
I'm saying there was a number 3. There was
right.
A
like,
Roach.
Come on, what are we waiting for the title?
How about can y'all use that like veto y'all way into the 140 and fight for the champion at 140 and y'all number one in the WBA?
Do that if they had it offered.
Man, if they can't give us the shot at 135 and we number one, you think they're gonna give us a shot at 140 and we never campaigned at 140?
Hey man, I'm looking at every avenue. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at because look at kid. He down. He down. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to
I'm
tune
not
up.
gonna lie. I'm not letting it get the best of me. But as a fighter, it's like that's played out. Like we were set on one goal. You know, every day we waking up. My dad telling me before I run, this is our world title. We got, you know, he remind me I'm getting up this early because we got a world title shot in a couple weeks. Just to not have that because somebody wants to hold up the division. Like it's corny.
Now, to me, we make the same amount of money, so it don't matter there. It's more like his goal, like yo, I'm gonna be champion.
Yeah, because to me,
it's
Xander
like
Zayas
it's the same amount of money anyway.
Abdullah Mason is champion. You got people I grew up with, shared the ring with.
That is true.
They getting world titles. Zayas is already unified. It's like, come on, I've been up number one for a year and a half, almost 2 years now.
But I say that falls on our promoter. That they gotta just like step on that a little faster. Like they can't say that, oh, he got injured. JoJo Diaz wouldn't have got us anywhere closer to Tank or anything else. It's like, come on. Our promoter gotta do what their promoter is doing. Not shitting on our promoter, he's a great promoter, but come on, look at his peers that he's been in camp with, been in the ring with, grew up with. Like, come on, how is this balancing out?
I knew these dudes since I was like 11. It's wild.
Yeah,
sure. I mean, but it's like you mentioned also the Ryan Garcia situation. Like all these guys was earning championship. He was getting all the money, all the tickets, the pay-per-view, the main event. So I think, and look, now he a champion. I think, but I don't know, because I think that whether they're the champions, I do think that you have the better opponent and the better, you know what I'm saying, outcome. That knockout by Tevin Farmer, in my opinion, is a better win than the champions. You feel me? So yeah, you don't got a strap, but you probably have the better win.
And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put on them shows, great wins, go viral, do what we gotta do that way, and just finish out the contract and then take it direct to consumer. You don't need a promoter. You don't need a DAZN. You don't need none of that to take it direct to consumer. There's platforms you could do pay-per-view yourself. So we just gonna build our name, not worry about them belts. If they want to put a champion in there with us, fine and dandy. But how they moving it around is weird. How he get poisoned for the Shakur fight. Be put in the ICU, the British board we don't pull out of the fight. They stripped us from the fight. And then I begged him when he come out the hospital, could he get the fight? No. How we don't get the fight as soon as he get feeling better, whether it's rescheduled a couple of months. He was in line to fight for the title. He did nothing wrong. Yeah. It shows the labs, everything, he was poisoned. How could they suddenly, now he don't fight completely off of that board? Like, it's just like weird. This I don't understand the rankings no more. Like, who makes the rankings now?
The panelists. Whoever the panelist is, whoever got the power to the pen. That's why I always say, yo, when people be like, when the pound for pound list goes out there and people be like, oh, that's just opinionated. I'm like, wait. Look, those people, the ESPN, Ring Magazine, those people got the power of the pen. It might be opinion, but their opinions do count at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this super chat. What's good? TV says should put the DR flag on your trunks. Man, he be giving it up, bro.
Right, not on the jacket. I be putting on a jacket, the headband.
He probably got a tattoo, bro.
Man, but life is good, Punch. Life is so good. It's good just to, I remember when we started with the first fight, just to be here now, where the top people, even the Devin is thinking about us. We're not even starting. He just throwing shit. And, even in our fight, Shakur commenting and tweeting about us. Like, it's so good being at this point at the top of the mountain. Just like, you don't need a title to be a champion.
Yeah, you don't. Once you got the brand, especially the brand, I don't think you really need to. I think if you get some good quality wins, like again, like I said, there are champions in the sport of boxing to be like, you beat for the world champion. There's people that get elevated. There's people that get the email. There's people that just fight for a vacant title and it's like really a nobody versus nobody. And no disrespect to saying that, but I think if you would have, if you can't get I don't know the name yet, but let's say if y'all would have had another name like a Gary Russell, who's at 135. And yeah, probably he's past his prime. But you put another name like that, yeah, it's like is not a world champion, but still your resume is better than the champions.
I called him out already.
Gary Russell?
Yeah. Nobody picking up, man. Let me tell you, Punch. They looking at this boy, and these dudes is. I'm not saying Gary is scared, but I'm saying we called him out already. Gary, we didn't hear nothing. It's crickets. But anyway, we want all of them. Anybody that they say is the best now, we want to get them in the ring. These people, not saying the box is scary, but their people are scary.
That's what I was saying earlier. The representative.
Like, oh, hell no, we ain't putting with all of them. These guys are really running, ducking, hiding. Everything is like crazy.
They ducking each other.
Hey, I do like that Lamar Roach fight for you. I know he's what, number 4, 5 in the WBA ranking.
Hey,
I would put hands on Lamar.
Lamar will get destroyed. No, listen, let me tell you this. The funny thing is Lamont did whatever with him. Lamont never called us out. Even after he went up to 140. He didn't stay to fight us. He got out of that division. Not cocky, but it's the truth. It's a fact.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, they don't want smoke with Kid, man. I'm telling you, nobody, none of them. They clearing the field for him. So if they want to lay their belts down, lay y'all belts down and go ahead. If that's what y'all do, but something gotta happen.
They better step in the ring with you now, cause you young, so they can't outage you. If I was in the situation, like in a fighter within that, and I'm like, I got an opportunity to fight Kid, I would rather fight Kid now than when he walk into his prime. He's gonna be stronger, gonna have more experience. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be more seasoned, all that. Like, I don't know, man. That's almost like what Canelo Alvarez. He should have fought David Benavidez when he was effing up, and you know what I'm saying. He should have fought him over there. Now you're like, nah, man. You kill him. And I think that's how it's gonna be with Kid.
It's gonna be the same outcome whether it's tomorrow or 5 years.
You're gonna knock him out.
Shit, man. I see. You could hear it in the voice, man. Kid is annoyed right now, man. He's like, man, F this.
No, I'm a little annoyed, but like
Damn,
my dad, like everybody's saying, it don't stop. I mean, you still gotta fight. I mean, if they decide to hold, not give you a title fight for 8 more months, you gotta continue what you gotta do. But I mean, it gets to the point where it's just annoying. I mean,
that's all it is. Like I said, he still get paid the same amount of money, and the whole goal in life is to get out of the system, to like get the house, the ranch, the solar panels, the well service, so you don't have to rely on the system. And some people don't got it that. So when you chasing the belt, you start putting this, what they say, like idol God. Like God say, don't worship no idols. Once you put this, now it's an idol. Now, sometimes you get caught in that instead of the system is basically to put money where you can make money each month in business and get out of this system where you don't need the government and get to like a farm. If you got a ranch, you got the farm, you got all this, you don't need a store, and you'll be able to live good. So you don't need $100 million. You have $5 million. You good for life if you invest it right and do what you got to do. So I think boxers need to stop chasing that belt, make your money. That's why you got in the business to make money. You was going to get the belt to increase the money. But if they're going to play games like dangling the carrot and never allow you to get it, just focus on your brand. Focus on what you got to do to generate money to provide for your family. Because this game is so rigged, man. It's rigged. Punch.
It always been like that, right?
Not like this. Nah.
Not because now you hit another level. So when you hit another level, you see different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even like that. Yo, this shit.
He said, I never thought it was gonna be like this. Come on, you gotta know it. Come on, you say you a historian. You know it's been like this.
Not like
now
this.
You in it. Now you in it. That's what it is.
I'm talking about, it's so deep. The tentacles in this game. It's like the puppet masters that it's deep, man. It's something. It ain't just a sport like that. It ain't a sport.
I mean, it's not I think us the fans, we like to look at it as a sport and keep that sport, but we all know it's a business. It's a business.
It's not.
Because it doesn't make any sense how you're not number one in the WBA ranking and then you're not number one in the WBO. So it's a business. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't a business. The thing is, the boxer is the business, but he don't realize he's the business. So he getting screwed. It's a screwing match. It's a bunch of pimps, managers, pimping out these hoes, the boxer, promoter take 25%, or I'm talking about other promotion companies, take 25%. The manager gonna take 20%. Uncle Sam gonna take 30%. You know, so it's like, what percentage you got left? And then they're gonna play you for your titles. So this is other people contracts, how it would be. So the boxer not making no money, so it ain't business. It's a screwing session. They take in the toughest guys. It's basically like butt breaking and slavery, but without slavery.
You know, the baby just like, whoa.
Literally, because these people, slaves, watch him so you don't hear it. Slaves, they work almost for free.
Mm.
And when they was butt breaking somebody, not butt breaking, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When they was doing that, they was doing that in front of everybody, showing that these strong men, no matter how strong they was as stronger than the master. Now, the boxers, the strongest men that out of these things, the ranked top warriors we got. Now they get there and they get screwed for money. All of them leaving broke damn near. It's like it's breaking in a sense, but these lawyers, I'm not going to put no color on none of them, but these people of higher levels is getting all the money.
Yeah,
I ain't even going to say, but that's the level it's on. Like, yo, word is really like that still?
It's
like,
it seems like it's a very small community where the promoters, you know, these attorneys and these managers, and they all in the hut. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's a lot of outsiders in boxing. When there is an outsider in boxing, everybody else let it be known. This guy, we hate this guy, we hate this manager, we hate this, because there's certain people that's not being a puppet to the promoter. There's managers that's not being like, I don't think that Keith Connolly, for example, is a puppet to the promoter. So that's why the promoters be hating Keith Connolly, how he moving, how he got Conor Ben with the deal, how he's getting Edgar Berlanga with the deal, how he got, you know what I'm saying? The promoters getting mad because they hate the people that knows the business of boxing. They hate Floyd Schofield Sr., they hate Bill Haney, they hate Keith Connolly, they hate Rick, they hate the ones that know the business of boxing. You know what I'm saying? They like, come on, every powerful people like to take advantage of people. You know what I'm saying? Once they can't do that, or they have people around them that doesn't allow that, then you're the enemy.
You know how what happened? Oh, you know how they always act like the Democrats and the Republicans don't like each other, and they all at war and
they
shit
go to
like
lunch.
that. But then you see their funeral, like one of their funerals, and they all sitting by each other laughing, just chilling, and you like, wait, hold up. Y'all two motherfuckers is that close that y'all going to family dinners, but y'all got us believing something else is totally different over here. It's that type of shit.
Yeah,
like,
they go to dinner together. They went to school. They went to law school together, just like attorneys, like judges.
Exactly.
They all went to school together, so they all speak to one another. Look, you know, look, my guy confessed. How can we lower this deal down? Do me a favor, my brother, and I'll hook you up with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
And then on top of that, change the Ali Act so they don't know how much money we make, because they know how much money we make. They could negotiate a fair deal, and that, you know, we got to change that Ali Act. They know a fair deal, then the 20 million I make, I can't keep that to myself and only give him $1 million. Nah, you know, so it's a lot of bullshit. Once you see on this side, you sit there and say, yo, it's really like this. So it's like, yo, at least, you know, it is what it is. I hope people could read between the lines, but yeah. Crazy.
Some people know, and they're so stuck in the sport that they like, I don't care about the business. I just want to see the fight. Like, there's fans like that. Man, forget about that now. But you really got to understand what's going on. Like, it's almost like with the Virgil Ortiz and Boots situation. Man, Virgil is ducking. Man, Boots is ducking. Nah, man, there's some business shit going on behind the scenes. You really think that Virgil is afraid of Boots? You think that Boots is afraid of Virgil? Nah, these guys are winning the fight. But it's millions and millions of dollars. There's deals outside of that perspective deal that needs to be taking place. It's so much work. But even asking about that, how do you feel about that? You know, there's been the Virgil Ortiz, the Ryan Garcia, the Canelo Alvarez. Y'all would go to board promotions. You know what I'm saying? How is y'all relationship? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, all right, this Kid Austin is the next star. Is this gonna happen again? Are we going to that route? And see
Oscar is my people, and like I'm a Schofield. We ride with who we ride for, even if the family have an argument and stay within the family, and we ride for our people. So what they going through the other guys. Right now with us, we're not going through that. Oscar make sure we eat really, really well. Like I told you, they gave us a $5 million deal, a 5-year, $5 million deal. So it's like they make sure we straight. And so I can't complain about Oscar. The only thing I could say is I believe promoters, at least to me, promoters in a way kind of stagnate your growth. And I think Virgil Ortiz might have felt, allegedly, I don't know, might have felt like his financial thing was being, stagnated because the promoter might have seen differently. And so it's just that. And sometimes they could stand in your way instead of wrong with you, because sometimes they nervous. They feel they invested all this money and you saying put you in the ring with Tank Davis. And I'm like, yeah, my boy will beat him. To them, it's like, yo, we don't want to risk this. We invested all this money. So it's that type of thing. It's like, yo, man, come on now. Y'all work for us.
But it's like also, I'm sorry to cut you, but it's always also like how you said earlier. You said when our contract is over. So you still within the honoring contracts, you still respect and honoring the contract. I think that situation is that is the contract being honored. You know what I'm saying? That's how people look at that Virgil side. Man, just let your shit run. Just like y'all say, just like, hey, we signed a contract. We'll check out our options. You know what I'm saying? After that.
After that, yeah, that's all you could do. How you feel about that? You just got back. They was asking about the Virgil Ortiz thing.
I ain't gonna lie, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, yo, shout out to Fight Fury Films. Keep that hunger, be patient, play chess when it comes to business. Shout out to Fight Fury Films with the $20 super chat. Yeah,
I thank you for that super chat, but we've been patient.
Too patient.
Yeah, it become a point where it's not patience no more. It's just disrespect. When you waiting 2-3 years at number one and holding titles, and the champion bringing people from 130, then it become like disrespect. Like, yo, who gonna mandate this shit?
Yeah.
Who gonna tell the champion he gotta fight us? Like, nobody gonna say, champion, hey, you can't bring nobody. You can't go running up here fighting Pitbull. You got a person here that you gotta fight. So that's
always my fault. What do you feel about that? Fighters, y'all do sound, certain people do sound the same when it comes to the business of boxing, right? Like, yo, it's rigged, it's this, it's too much politics. Like, boxers understand, but when there's a boxer that has the power, like for example, Gervonta Tank Davis, he has the power to be like, nah, I'm fighting the number one guy. That's the most respectable matchup for me. You know what I'm saying? Why doesn't the fighter take power into their own hands, almost like Errol Spence and Bud, right? Errol Spence said they wanted me to fight Keith Thurman. I told the network and I told them, no, if I'm not going to fight Bud, I'm going to vacate the title and I'm going to go to 154. The only person I want is Bud. Like, I think the fighter also has to, if they're in position, like, yo, we're not going to get this 130 moving up, or we ain't going to get the ranking number 5. Y'all all fighters, y'all all live the same life. I think that the fighter should be looking out for one another. What do you feel about that?
I think so too. I mean, once you get to the point where you're number one champion, now it's time to knock number 2 off, knock number 3 off, and all up until you want to go up or vacate the belts. That's what you're supposed to do. Whether you gotta go all the way down, beat number 1 through 15, go in order. Everybody who's in that order deserves a chance. We all trying to feed
as
our
they
families.
Come up to number 1.
That even too. It was ever number 1. After number 1, number 2. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's never gonna be like that. So
you think
hold up. You said fighters. These guys not fighters. You got to separate a boxer from a fighter. Is you two fighters like we always talked about in the past, and it's real fighters cut up the cloth of like a Sugar Ray Robinson, a Sugar Ray Leonard. So it's 2 different batch of fighters now in this day and time. Right now the ones who hold the belts are you 2 fighters. These guys don't even want to fight each other. Like they've been around. They ducked each other for years. They ducked each other for years. The guys who hold the belts. That's you 2 fighters. Nobody want to unify y'all for real. And even now to this day, they haven't fought each other. They're not fighters.
I think it's becoming. I don't even think that people are. It's not even about the fight, the physical thing. I think that people don't want to break bread. They feel like if they're giving somebody an opportunity, I'm feeding you. Nah, I ain't gonna give you that mil. Nah, I ain't gonna give you that 2 million. I think there's fighters that think like that. That's what the notion of payday came about. I ain't gonna give him opportunity.
The only one who nah, it ain't none of that.
You don't think so?
You're getting disrespected by fighters, saying you ducking, all this. I don't think it's about money. I think people actually just don't want to possibly take an ass whooping.
Yeah, they scary. They scary.
No, real, that too. They
100% scary because they prize fighters. Let me tell you this: if they offer you $1 million, you're not getting in the ring.
Yes,
$1 million. These dudes turn down $3-4 million. Like, yo, y'all came from homelessness. You getting $4 million to do 36 minutes. And y'all that scared, that terrified to get in the ring. So that's what the truth is. The truth of the matter is they scary.
Yeah, because if you're not feeding him, you're not feeding yourself. So
what you mean?
But like, that's why I said the power. That's why I said the fighters in position of power.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna use Canelo as an example because a fighter was talking too much trash. Or basically, they got that mindset. I'm not gonna put money in your pockets. You're not putting money in your pockets either. Right. So therefore, there has to be a sense of urgency, not just by because you don't want to get the dude paid. Like
no, but a Canelo has way more options.
No, all boxers are contractors. This is where they got it twisted. If the two boxers agree to fight, the promoter works for them and get 25%. It ain't the other way around. The fighters, what I'm telling you, is they scary. They are scary, like Lucas Body. They are scary, like Tank said, I'll never fight Kid. And he doing everything and not fighting Kid. Shakur won't even give us run that back. All ass up to 140. I need that. And I said, we'll go to 140 and fight Shakur. That. If he give us that fight, we'll go to 140 right now and fight Shakur.
I mean, everybody doing business on the zone right now, so it shouldn't be no network issues. Probably. Ain't nobody giving up no 20%, right? They go to another network.
You still got these men with egos that's broken, and managers that's broken, and networks that's ran by men broken. These just all men that can't get past their egos. So this promoter might work with this one, but he ain't gonna risk this guy having his guy beat him. But yeah, go ahead. I know you gotta get your water and soap.
All right, Bunch. I'll catch you later. I'm finna lay down because I got training tomorrow.
Let's go. See, you still hungry? You still hungry? There you go. You still hungry?
Don't get me wrong. Honestly, as I'm speaking, I don't know about tomorrow. I'm not. I don't care.
Nah, let's go. Let's go.
Or I still do got to put on the show for the fans that are gonna come out April and 18. Watch. But I will. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna just dream tonight and imagine I have the belt tomorrow.
Hey, yo, just take your anger out on them. How about that? Just take.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. My sparring partner's lucky it's the last week of sparring.
Oh, wow, you would have punished them?
Boxing professor in the building, Sko Senior. What you think about what Coach Mal said that you ain't fighting Shakur or Mason or none of them?
Once he mentioned a name, we don't speak about individuals. Thank you for giving your thing.
Good looking out, boxing professor. Good looking out, boxing professor. The man don't want to answer the questions, man.
None with that weirdo in it. Why would I?
I don't want to answer the question.
We don't promote haters, so that ain't what we do over here. But no, it's just different on this side. Once you get to the top of the mountain, you can look over the mountain. I see that. I see the frustration of Kid as the fighter, and I see the frustration of you as the businessman. I'm not frustrated. I'm sending out petitions. I'm taking a move. We want the fight. We're not sitting on our hand. I'm telling you right now, we're sending out a petition to mandate the fight against Kid and Tank Davis, or vacate or strip him of that title for real. I'm telling you for real what I'm doing. I'm not frustrated. I'm just taking the next step because most fighters don't know that they could submit a petition.
Like a grievance, right? Something like that.
Nah,
a petition. Yeah.
Number one guy could say I'm number one. And I am requesting that I am the mandatory opponent for this. If the team don't send it in, then the champion could keep doing what he wants because nobody from your team really took the time to write the letter, send it through the mail to the promoter and to the belt company to have a commitment within 30 days because we've been a champion this long. We supposed to be the mandatory opponent. They got to put it down because anybody could be number one. But it's a WBA say he's the mandatory opponent. Y'all got to fight or it's going to purse bid. then nothing happened. So I'm taking the next step.
So the rumor is that that Tank is negotiating a deal with Pitbull Cruz for their rematch, and you think that is holding? You're assuming that is hold.
Listen to what you're about to ask. Pitbull Cruz at 140. If you're negotiating a fight with 140, how you negotiating there and we sitting here number one and you got the belt? How's that? Vacate the belt. What is wrong with y'all? Like, how is it in limbo? Oh, till he make up his mind and see. Are y'all crazy? It don't work like that.
So the publication ain't accurate. So it's not legitimate vacant. Tank
When
still
you
has the
get
belt.
up at the top of the mountain, you can look and say, damn, this shit really like this?
Damn, bro.
There's a bunch of smoke and mirrors in this, man. This the Wizard of Oz. And Oz is behind the whole thing, but putting on this illusion like it's different.
Is he the regular or the super?
Who?
Tank.
What regular super? They don't got no regular super. They got a gold that they supposed to take away. That's who we allegedly.
No, I'm saying right. No. With Tank, was he holding the regular or the super title? Because the regular title, he can't be having that.
The regular title, then they take away the super title.
I know. So yeah. So I mean, like, so he shouldn't have that title if it's not a super. If it's a regular, then it should be vacated already.
It should be vacated. Yeah. How you going
to strip?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like limbo everywhere. This game is who's generating the most money, whether it's the belts, the promoter, who generating the most money. We'll go that way. We're not going to follow the bylaws. We'll go make up some shit and smack everything together. So that's the whole thing. I just hope boxing one day get back to how it used to be, but I doubt if it will ever do that.
If you had to pick that opponent outside of Tank, right? In the 135, what would be the primary opponent that's gonna make you that's gonna at least put you to your son to be a champion, or at least give you that bona fide, credit by beating this person? Who's that opponent?
That bona fide credit no more, because we already did that. Remember when Tevin came up, they said, oh, Pop don't know what he doing. He overmatched Kid. When I went up there and said, yo, what happened when Kid knocked you out? They said, oh, Pop don't know nothing about boxing. He's a fool. And then when he do it, everybody get quiet. They don't say Pop is a genius. He know what he's talking about. So Kid already proved himself and proved it in less than a minute. So if that ain't the next fight should have been, the champion. So the champion don't want to fight. It's supposed to be number 2. Number 2 don't want to fight. Naturally, it should be number 3. Number 3 don't want to fight. Bring on Lamont. But one of these guys either need to get in the ring for this world title fight. Like how all of them running. Like, come on, all of them running and nobody. So my big mouth gonna call a spade a spade. Yo, these dudes are scary, man. They scared the Kid. It's a real boogeyman. Not no. Oh, Pop is talking. Open your eyes. Look, it's more than nobody just talking. So that's what's happening right now. So we're gonna go ahead and fight April 18th against
April 18th.
I believe.
I know.
I believe it's April 18th, Saturday.
I think so, because April 17th is the women fighting in New York. The women's are fighting in New York. Alicia Baumgartner and Shadeja Green. They're fighting on April 17th.
So that's it. We on April 17th then. I know it ain't on no Sunday. It's April 17th then.
So there's gonna be 2 events then.
I guess so. Because there's a Golden Boy DAZN event and they must be having another event. I have no idea what they're doing. That's why I said it'd be like, it's real weird how this shit is going.
Is it let me see if it's a Friday. What was it? A Saturday or Friday? The 17th.
We're gonna find out tomorrow when Oscar make this announcement.
Oh, it's a Friday. So yeah. So 18 is a Saturday.
Okay.
The girls are fighting on a Friday.
So April 18th, that's the date they gave us, and we supposed to be fighting. The guy is very dangerous. To me, he's more dangerous than Lucas Body ever will be, because his record is 34 with 30 knockouts, and he had 4 losses. But he's a tough opponent, and he holds a WBA gold title.
Damn, that would have been a good fight though, because at least y'all have that good momentum as well. You know what I'm saying?
We still got the good momentum. We got to knock this guy.
No, y'all got good momentum, but he had also like a good, a good significant win that would have made that matchup, for the world title, highly credible. You know what I'm saying?
He's already highly credible. That's why I said he holds 2 belts already, and now gonna fight for the 3rd WBA title. So he's gonna have 3 WBA titles. He's already credible. He's the most accomplished contender now, competing to challenge a champion. So he did it the right way. He'll hold all the belts at the WBA.
I mean, y'all been through that, like y'all been on that WBA lane since the beginning. So how's the WBA and been treating y'all for the most part?
They treating us good. They still telling him he gonna get the world title. They like, you gonna get the world title. Just we gotta figure what Tank doing. And I guess they being loyal to that guy who was loyal to them. But at the end of the day, it become like, yo, man, y'all need to make a decision. Y'all need to do something.
Y'all gonna be that guy then? You know what I'm saying? I think so. I mean, like, I think. Come on, we've been manifesting this since the beginning. Y'all in the position right now. Y'all man young. So look at that 135. Looking at through the WBA, y'all got that. Y'all got that, in my opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think 142.
And that's
I'm about to. We're gonna start campaigning at 135 and 140 the same way like Henry Armstrong did in all of them, because
that's why I mentioned Gary Antoine. That's why I mentioned Gary Antoine, 140 pounds.
We want all of them at 140.
If one brother don't want it,
yo, Antoine ain't no threat. Like, he too slow for kids. So Antoine, if we go to 140, we want Shakur. They say Shakur is this great one. We want Shakur, and I guarantee he will lose like Tappan lost. Very easy against kids.
First round KO.
I don't believe it. I don't believe Shakur could go 2 rounds with kid at all. I said that from the beginning, because that style is primitive. Anybody drop their hand and try to jump back and hit, that's a primitive style. Just these dummies like I ain't gonna call them no dummy. Just certain fighters want to throw the punch to the head where it don't reach, because they fight in inches. Him and Crawford, and they fight to throw the counter, because best time to hit a person is when they throw a punch. So they try to throw the counter to that. We know their style. Their style is primitive, man. We wash them. We'll wash them easy.
What is the worst critic in your son's style that you hear and you be like, yo, motherfucker, I ain't watching my son? Like, what is the criticism that you hear that you're like, man?
I don't hear their criticism, because they really not watching them. Because I'm like, if y'all watch his fight,
you know everybody criticize everybody.
That's why I said I don't listen to their criticism. If anybody criticizes, why would I listen to criticism?
You get criticized more than Kid.
Yeah, for me, why would I care about criticism? I know where I came from. I came from homeless to making 7 figures, almost 7 figures a fight, and making 30 grand in endorsement deals a month. You think I care what other people say? I had to carry this kid since he was 2 on my back and train him a trade, make him a product, form that into a business, and then turn all the promoters down till we built up a demand for our own product. And now we sitting in rooms with the best, the smartest people, the people from Yale, talking to them, a dude from the hood and his son, black people that couldn't even get welfare. So you think what they could criticize me about will matter to me? How? I've been doing this 20 years with this kid. People said that they took me to court and told me I needed a plan B. They said he missed too many days out of school. I went to court twice because he was competing for the USA Boxing Amateurs. So what could people say to me? I had to fight the system to keep my son in boxing and doing this. So there ain't nothing they can see. They're going to see in the end, they'll be like, damn, he the greatest. They'll switch over.
But that's, and that experience is gonna transition to the experience beating the system of this system. You know what I'm saying? So y'all trust the process and being the system. You went through what you had to go through. Now with this political system in the sport of boxing, I think, you know what I'm saying, it got you prepared for this type of system to
exactly. This system right here, I'm whipping this ass. I'm whipping this system ass. Yo, because the music business and life taught me how to sit in this position with the haters and all that other stuff. That don't mean nothing to me, a hater. They played a video. So, and it's still me. That's a phase of me 3 years ago. You grow from your experiences. So
that's the beauty about boxing, though. That's the beauty about boxing. Like the craziest shit be said, craziest shit be seen, and it's like it don't do. This is boxing. Like, this is truly the Wild Wild West. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what it is. Boxing ain't a sport. Boxing is the only place you could lose your life in it. It's gladiators. This is Rome took his gladiators and took the weapons off and gave them gloves and threw them in the ring. And celebrate. That's how demonic and crazy it is. And we all celebrated watching the other guy get his head bashed, and if he laying unconscious, we celebrate even more. Like, oh yeah, that's how the sport we in. That's how dark it is. But now the people who put on this darkness, trust me, behind it is way darker. It's way darker. So in this business, you're gonna have to really play for your keeps. Let me tell you, Sonny Liston died. They said died allegedly from a drug overdose in a hotel, but allegedly he never used drugs. This system is something. So I hope people understand when you're playing for millions and hundreds of millions, people don't always play fair. And it's a lot of leeches. They all come with smiles to these young boxers. They're gonna come with smiles to y'all. Y'all gotta open your mind, open your eyes, read these contracts, get lawyers, and get God on your side in this business. I can see why a lot of people running to God now, like the Keyshawn got God in his life, the Shakur got God in his life, Kid and me got. When you get over there looking over the mountain, you like, oh hell no, what the hell I'm into? But it is what it is. We're gonna finish this out strong.
Let me to Lou. Yeah, when is the Lucas body? They're not gonna fight Lucas body. An announcement's gonna be tomorrow, right? With the name.
Yeah.
Has an announcement tomorrow.
Oscar got to make the official announcement, and I didn't even see these on the line.
Shout out boxing professor. Hey, my professor, man, you know ain't gonna grill the guests, my brother.
No, you could tell him you ain't nobody if you ain't got turkey and the boxing and the auntie. Number one, young man, if you see me as a woman, you're gonna have to look at yourself because that's what you're reflecting. I don't see me as a woman, bro. I got 7 kids, about 5 women, and you know I do me.
Damn,
so
5?
Yeah. So you know, if he see me as a woman, he got issues. But I've been the shit before Turkey. Remember, we did this on our own. We were throwing the fights on our own, selling out in our own.
Atlanta, y'all was doing
for the arena. You don't know me, so we've been one.
Yeah.
I'm just here to report things to these young fighters because I know a lot of people don't tell them shit like this, so they can understand by the time they make it to the paperwork, they understand what they got to do because of the experience of me. That's why I bring it to them, because I don't have to. I make so much fucking money, I don't have to bring nothing to nobody, and I'm still comfortable.
You could take the criticism and stuff like that, like you built for that, right? How has your son grown since the beginning, right? You know, he never used to talk or nothing, but now he talks. But how has he, you know, grasped all the criticism towards him and towards you as a son? How you think he been dealing with it?
I raised kid for this. Remember, I used to be an A&R in the music industry. So while kid was growing up, I was telling him how people gonna be, with the smiles, with the this, what to watch out for. Because I had to deal with it with people like Mr. Cheeks, Little Kim, and all that, real artists. So I get to see the hate, the all this stuff, even from hate mail to be people giving gifts to, like Bob Marley got a gift that stabbed his toe, gave him aggressive cancer, and he died. So the hate been going on. People don't understand it, but he already was raised to it. So
they said they drug Bruce Lee too.
Yo, man, that this industry is something. Entertainment industry, no matter what form it is, no matter you gotta be smart and don't sell your soul, because you're gonna have to pay that price one day.
What you feel about? Because I said this the other day. I'm like, have y'all noticed that Devin is dealing with Rolly on PBC? David Benavidez versus Suda Ramirez PBC. We got this Fundura and Thurman PBC. Tank, they said that he's coming back. So do you know any insight on what's happening with that? The Reha season, the turkey money. Is it the war affecting what's going on? Because it seems like why would Devin be doing business, had a 3-fight deal, now doing business with Rolly on PBC? Do you have any insight what's really going on?
I don't know nothing about Devin in them camp. Bill and Devin gonna move the way that they move. I'm quite sure any war would affect any economy. Okay. You know, that's just real life. I mean, when tourism isn't coming somewhere, the money being lost every day. I mean, businesses still got to run, mortgages still got to be paid, you know, and if you don't got the clientele coming in because of a war, how you going to pay certain things? So I think it would be stressful. I hope the war stop, because it's real kids dying in the war. Real women dying in the war. And I think somewhere us men, and I'm saying us because I don't want to point the finger at just because people get offended when you point the finger at them. So us men, and from my video, we got to protect our women better. I mean, in a sense, they bombing these places, killing the lights, killing the electric. There's kids that need medicine. that need food, that need milk. Now the power grid going for what? For oil, to brag, for ego. So all of this shit is crazy on every level, not just this sport, all the way up to politics. This whole shit is weird, man. It's weird.
Yeah. Because look at that Virgil and Boots. Like the offer was made several, what was it, like a year. Now he's not in the mix. He's not doing the offer. So I think nobody's talking about it. I know media people was talking about it. What's really going on? Maybe you already know. That's Ring Magazine. Shout out to Ring Magazine. I think
yeah, you know, if you, I don't know, but you know, people.
What's good with Bernard Hopkins? Like we haven't seen him he hasn't been publicly, you know, speaking a lot, you know, in reference to Golden Boy Promotions and stuff like that. What is he still active? Or
I don't know nothing about Bernard. We don't mess with Bernard like that. Like he's cool people, but we don't mess with Bernard like that.
Oh, y'all closer to Oscar then.
Bernard is closer to Turkey, right? I don't know. Wasn't he in pictures with Turkey? Like, I don't know. So I don't know if maybe there's a divide between them, because that's the pictures I've seen. Him in Turkey, cool, taking photos, and I haven't seen him at boxing events. So I don't know what might be going on. I'm not saying anything is going on.
Yeah, because ever since that situation over there, like I haven't seen him too much in shows and I haven't seen him. So, like, was he there in the last Ryan Garcia fight?
I haven't seen Bernard in a while. So, you know, that's their thing. I mean, behind the scenes.
It's a whole different type. It's a whole different type of word.
You got my number.
Yeah, but I used to say that shit a lot. I say, y'all think this YouTube shit? Nah, this shit is whack. Y'all gotta know what's going on behind the scenes. Now that's the real. That's the real drama.
Shit, man. And then a lot of people, their contracts can't talk about it because it's in the contract. You can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So you're stuck and you see in the weirdest shit. It's like going to P. Diddy party and niggas who seen this shit and couldn't tell nothing. Like, I'm not telling what I just seen, but I seen some shit.
That's why when I put 2 and 2 together and I do a video, something like that, I'll get a call. I'll get hey, you said this and you said, man, I don't need to know the details. I don't need to know. I don't need to read no damn court papers and nothing like that. I know what it is.
People is weird. Like, I was gonna sue Devin, and I could have sued the shit out of me and my girl. We was gonna
the recent tweet.
Oh, we was gonna light his ass up. We was gonna light him up. I had to calm wifey down and tell her, listen, we ain't gonna do that, because at this point in my life, I'm learning forgiveness, and sometimes God is gonna give you the opportunity to forgive. And say, all right, let me see if you really into forgiveness. Because one day you're going to have to ask, the same thing. So, I just said, let it go. He young. He going to make dumb decisions in his 20s. And that would have been a dumb decision because it would have cost a lot of money when you invade somebody's privacy and home and leak a family thing without consent. In Texas, that's a big crime. That's why even with that coach, and I ain't going to mention him, I could have had him in prison already.
Oh,
he the first one bragging about, don't be mad. I'm the one. He putting out the evidence that he did it, and I'm like, this brother, no, but I'm not at that point, because karma gonna get you, life is gonna get you. So that's
of course, that's an unfortunate event. That's people's relationship. You know what I'm saying? Of course, nobody condones that, right? I just think at this point, did it hurt the Schofields?
Not at all. It made us richer. I still got Ford, got the movie deals, it got us richer because a person could change. A person really could change. And the thing is, it would have been different if I did that and the woman pressed charges and I faced something like that, because I never hit her. It's another angle that tells the whole video. I poked her, I grabbed her, I yelled at her, I grabbed the shirt. But if they see the rest of the video, they would know. That's why in court it was dismissed. And me and my woman went in court together. Because that's the thing. If people could people could turn one thing and make it seem another way. But for our brand, it did good because I am who I am. It happened so long ago. Most of the people I got, come on, that happened 3 years ago in a family argument. It's like, come on, man. Court case, I beat it. My girl went there and she even told that I'd never hit her. She couldn't breathe because she was panicking on the floor and she was hitting me. So that's besides the point, but she stood by me for therapy. And that's why I say it ain't an unfortunate event. If that event never happened in my life, I would never not be growing. I never seen a person go through that and a woman like, yo, you need to heal. And let me show you, let me take you, let's get you therapy. You have wounds from when your mother put you in a shelter. You have wounds for when your wife cheated on you. You know, you're damaged, but I could see it. And so as a queen, she helped make me into a king. So to me, that was the best moment in my life to change it. So that I don't care if it's online. Show that ugly version. Because when you see this version, you'll be able to see the change God could do. And that's why I'm not mad at them dudes. They think they could pull my brand down. They can't pull something that's owned and built by me. Nobody can't pull a plug on me.
Yo, that could be a segment right there. That could be like you and your lady talking about, you know what I'm saying? And I think that would be even therapeutic for other relationships, you know what I'm saying, that has been in a toxic situation or a toxic event, and to help them overcome or know how to seek that help.
My queen ain't got the time. My queen owns strip malls. And her shit paid off. She ain't no this ain't no little hood rap. This was a real argument with a boss chick. Like, so she wouldn't even have the time for that. And now she's going after a doctorate degree. So she's a brilliant woman. But I hope that people, when they put that on their pages, realize they could be sued for invasion of privacy. And that's really criminal time. And they could get sued for millions and lose their homes and everything else. Liens could get put on them. So I hope people understand that game and don't follow somebody who's not using their head.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you, they were sending my girl messages like recently. You should leave him. They sent videos of me having other girls in the house and shit like that.
They try to mess up your relationship.
But they didn't understand me and my girl broke up during those times.
They grown men or grown women? They grown men?
No, huh?
They grown men or grown women sending messages to see a girl?
No, the same thingy ones. Like, because I tell you, the networks is that close. They got everybody number because these are the niggas I help. This is how weird it is. And that's why people laugh about it. But to me, it's not funny. These are the niggas I helped. Like, I put on, they riding with us while we doing our thing. Let me help you, teach you how to build your page. These are niggas that betrayed me just because they was jealous. That's all that was. Because why else would you do something like that? But it didn't offend nothing. And that person told me one time, I got something that would destroy you. I said, use it then. Made me bigger. Made me better. Made me stronger. So man, God is good.
I said, like in the sport of boxing, shit. Hey, yo, we love Mike Tyson. We love Mike Tyson.
Right. Mike Tyson had problems with his. He sat up there and said, yo, he was like this. And he blew up even bigger. So
we love Gervonta Tank Davis. Man, after that, sold out Atlanta.
People don't understand, not saying the market that way, but people think that they harming. God might have other plans and God exalting while you trying to harm. People thought they could, from the Shakur thing, they was going to knock Floyd off his square and stuff like that, but we still here. And a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are struggling that played these things because sometimes people are anointed and people don't understand that. Sometimes God, these parents and other things prayed over their kids. My mother was a praying woman and grandmother, and anybody who touch a head, here on our head, they not doing good. I'm talking about even where it happened to Floyd, not doing good right now. It's just real things, and people just need to grow up. This boxing world is not as light as people. It's a very dark place. So any fighters that get into this, understand it's very dark. You're gonna need
it. It is. Trust me, it is. It is. That's one thing.
They gotta be ruthless. They gotta be like me. They gotta be ruthless. Don't go in that motherfucker humble and let people run over you because they'll smile and while they screwing you over.
That's why I said that in boxing, you gotta swim with the sharks and slither with the snakes. You gotta know how to do both.
Nah, you gotta be that goddamn killer whale. Fuck swimming with a shark. You act like a shark. You look like a shark. But in reality, you that killer whale. And that's what you have to be. You gotta control the board. Damn near. Control your board, own your product, own your brand, own your rights, own everything. So that they gotta come to you. Nobody can do shit with my son without coming to me. Nobody. By
How you
paper, by law.
how you like that the Sufa you know, that entity in the sport of boxing? There's people that like it, there's people that criticize it. You know what I'm saying? What you like about that entity?
About the company, about the person.
Sufa, no belt. They got the belt. They just strip J.O. Patai early today, the IBF.
If I was gonna build me a company,
Matter of fact, Miles, I'm sorry to cut you off, but see that right there, the way that they stripped J.O. Patai is the way that they were supposed to strip Gervonta Tan Davis. Not fighting the rank, because they stripped them. They said the last two fighters that he fought was not ranked high through the IBF and the cruiserweight division. They use that excuse. I think that
at least they the only ones holding it down the right way. Say, you ain't gonna be playing with us. What about fight number 1 and number 2? Oh, you're not gonna do that? All right, give us our belt back. So they doing it the right way. The WBA, I believe, should follow that model. If this person is bringing somebody from another weight class, something gotta happen. But
yeah, what you feel about Zufa?
If I was building a company, I would probably do it like Zufa. I probably would have made me a belt and sign my own fighters and do it that way. So I can understand what he's doing. He don't feel like going through the book. He don't want to go through the same shit I'm telling y'all about. All the different belts and all the different politics and this one. Why go through all that? Build my own shit. Then y'all got to come to me. And I can understand that because that's what I did here. So I totally agree with him.
I think the belts, man. I think the fans, we do, you know, contradict, be hypocrites when we talk about the belts, because when we talk about the best fight at 154, a lot of people saying is Boots and Virgil. Well, they don't got no belts. Why ain't nobody talking about the unification with Josh Kelly versus Anders Isaac being the top fight at 154? You know what I'm saying? But they're saying Boots and Virgil. Now that's the belts. Does the belts really matter? That's why I say once you have a brand or you have a fight, like I would like to see Kid versus Abdullah Mason. I don't give a damn if y'all fighting for a belt or not.
No, the belts don't really matter. The thing is, the belts in the contract increase the money.
Yeah.
So most fighters want that belt so that they could get a bump in their pay.
Yeah.
But then once people realize that they can have a carrot, you know, they got these fighters doing everything, going through these extra measures that they don't have to go through. You know, so it's just bullcrap. So at this point, I feel like Crawford. Like it would be good to have a title if you wanted to make those millions, but you can still make those same millions. It take just a little longer.
But Bud did already had a whole career becoming a 3-division undisputed world champion. He ain't felt like that before. The Canelo, once he got it, now it's like I ain't gonna pay. So he did care about the belt, because I don't think if it wasn't for the belts, I don't even think he would have been in that Canelo Alvarez bus and Canelo situation if it wasn't for the legacy of becoming a 3-division undisputed world champion. So the belts did matter
to him.
Yeah, but then after, it don't.
Ryan Garcia made way more money than him. Did the belts matter to Ryan? I mean, like it might matter now because that's just something accomplished. I made all the money I could make, but look at the difference. The belt really don't matter. It's right now it's social media. It's how famous you are that matter now.
Yeah.
It's not like back in the day. It's how famous you are. It don't matter if you're number one that walked up here. If you're more famous than number one, you're going to get the shot. That's how it's working. They want eyes. They want people that's going to get in the arenas. And that's what it come down to. With a lot of people.
I remember when Tank said leading up to the Leo Santa Cruz fight, he said, man, I don't even know what belt I'm fighting for. Like he didn't even know. He really didn't even care. He had the WBA. Leo had the WBA. He's like, I don't even know what belt we fighting for.
Because it don't matter. The belt really don't matter. I mean, it's great. Like my son won it. So for him, it matters.
Yeah.
But for me as a dad, it don't matter. Because that belt ain't going to mean shit in the future. 10 years from now, you can't do shit with that belt. You can't even take it to a pawn shop and get nothing for it. Dang. It ain't going to matter. What matters is the money right now. Because one day boxing going to end. Like Kid only got a 10 to 15 year window. I don't want him fighting after 35 or some shit like that. So you got that much time to get the money. Yet this boxer's job ain't gonna last forever. So they better get the money. Fuck a belt. Forget a belt. And I know people say, well, you just said if you get the belt, you make more money. If you don't know the entertainment bit. Because like I said earlier, Floyd made $30,000 a month for the next couple of years just on endorsements. guaranteed 30 grand every single month. Don't even have to touch his purse. So it's
I mean-
like, you know, and he got a movie deal now for his movie, his life movie gonna be coming out that they're gonna film. Like people not hustling outside the ring. And that's what's wrong with some of these fighters. So they think they need that money in the ring.
Yeah.
You can make way more money out there if you rank number one. You can
That's
get in movies as number one, and music videos is number one. Walkthroughs paying you if you're number one. Like, yo, you should be able to bank at least 400 grand every year.
No, that's facts what you're saying, because I did ask Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia. I said, yo, Henry, how much money your son make outside of boxing or in boxing? He said the money in boxing is pocket change.
I'm serious.
Compared to what he makes outside of the sport.
I am dead serious. That's really how it is. And that's what we experience. Not saying that they don't pay. They pay us well. But you make so much more money if you out here in the field promoting your name and your brand and doing that. A lot of fighters don't have in their contract where they own their likeness, their name. So they can't do that. We own ours. So we could walk up to any place and say, all right, a walkthrough is this amount of money. You want a patch on the shorts, that's 10 grand. We could do that where people can't. So I hope people learn the business and don't think they need a belt to go in there to fight for $300,000 and they can make that on one deal. A shoe deal could get you $500,000 or better, and royalty, a 5% royalty, a boxing shoe. So it's like, I hope people, and then people say, who got a boxing? Shakur got a boxing shoe. Well, Reebok. But he's not promoting it, or people don't promote it, and I don't understand. These fighters don't understand the money that's out there. That if he promoted his shit, the money that would come, like Jordan had a 5%. Look how big he grew from it. But
different people got different ceilings. That's what it is. Some people are all right with like 250,000. That's it. I'm gonna go to DR, buy my house. And there's some people that got different seating. There's other people that got a different level of hustling and stuff like that. And that's what it is. A lot of these kids, you know it. A lot of these guys, they're not even street. They're gym kids. They're recreational kids. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people don't know that until you get to know certain fighters. You be like, man, your street etiquette is like IQ is low, but in that ring is high. But outside of that ring,
that's why they won't get in that ring, because the kid grew up with all of them, so they know. You know who that nigga was and who the soft one was, who was the decorated amateurs because they're family political friends, so the judges give it to them, but they not really fighters. Floyd and them know the real fighters, opposed to the boxers who the politics got them here and this, that, and get them international, but they not real fighters.
Yeah, y'all did it on your own. Y'all did it on your own. Y'all ain't had no promoter to build y'all up to get y'all way out.
We turned down all of them. We Oscar waited like 2 years for us to say, all right, we'll do it.
Y'all went like 11, 12 fights doing it alone. Then y'all hooked up with Davis Entertainment. How's Davies?
He's still with us. I do good business. All my people is still with me. It ain't too many new friends. Davey's doing good. He's happy. He's ready for us to build a bigger place and do more events on our own. Because like I said, you don't need people. We came into this business to make our name bigger, not to stay in this fucking business and get raped. We want all the sponsorships, the marketing on the ring, the concession door, everything. We want the whole pie. And then we want to take it to a network ourselves, like Zufa did. He formed his own shit and took it and got a network deal. He showed y'all how to do it.
7.7 billion Paramount deal. But yo, any last words for the there's gonna be an announcement tomorrow, but any last words you want to give to the boxing world? What they know, they don't know, what they should expect?
Tune in April 18th. It's gonna be a good fight with a challenging opponent. They always got, I think it's just the Brown fighters. They always trying to throw us to the dogs, thinking they're gonna do something. 30 knockouts, really? This is what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna give us a tune-up that has 30 knockouts. How the hell that's a tune-up? Like, yo, but okay. So I hope everybody tune in. It's gonna be on the zone and check in for Oscar shit, and we'll touch base after we see what he's gonna say. Because he might say some real crazy shit. I don't even know.
I can't wait for tomorrow, man.
That's what he said. It's gonna be big. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm like, man, I didn't answer no damn question, but he think I'm gonna leak it, so I gotta wait like y'all.
All right.
All right,
Yo,
I'll talk
man.
to you later, brother, and call us anytime.
All right, my brother. All right. Shout out to kids. Shout out to the grandson. Shout out to the whole family, man. See
All
y'all,
right.
man.
See you.
All right. Shout out to Floyd Schofield Sr., Floyd Schofield Jr., Schofield. I think he's the third or the sixth or the fifth or something like that, man. But smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all already know, man. Tomorrow we back at it, 7:30, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Punch Drunk Boxing in effect. Fight Fury Films in the building. Savage in the building. Shout out to the members. If you haven't become a member of the Punch Drunk Boxing, you already know. Smash that link, man. Don't be a hater. Be a supporter. Respect the grind, baby. Respect the grind. Golden Boy Promotions are going to have a special announcement tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be lit. You already know Golden Boy Promotions just locked in the deal with the zone. I want to hear what's going to happen to Virtual Tees. Did Virtual Tees crawl back to Oscar de la Hoya and say, I'm sorry, okay? I ain't sorry. I was listening to everybody. Please, Oscar de la Hoya, I'm sorry. I was listening to my puppy. I was listening to everybody, Oscar. Take me back. I want to fight Boots. No, Oscar will be the Boots who's going to negotiations with Xander Zayas and Josh Kelly. Please, I am sorry. I listen to everybody. I'm sorry. Please, Oscar. I'm very, very sorry. It was not my fault. It was not my fault. Are we going to listen to Virtual T's apology to Oscar? I'm sorry, okay? You are the golden one. I was listening to idiots. They said there was going to be $16 and $20 million. They said $16 and $20 million. I couldn't resist. Well, I'm going to fight $16 and $20 million. Anyway, man, tomorrow we back at it. Shout out to Virgil. Hopefully, it's great news all around. You already know. Peace out.